Let's continue. But the story, yeah, again, it's going up for some reason. It's getting intense. Oh, never mind. Well song. Oh, time to use one shoe. A few hours ago. Babylonia, come in. Who shall I connect you to, Commander Hans? Connect me to President Hassan. I have a status report. Transferring comms. What is it, Hans? We have found a number of refugees in the attack zone. Understood. Anything else? Shall we proceed according to the plan? What do you suggest? The other two calibration team are still en route, but according to the visual statements, the red tide is spreading faster than expected. Teams will have to adjust their nodes' position accordingly to expand the blast area. We can only rely on handheld devices for surveying and mapping, which significantly delays the time in which we can execute the plan. Considering the time required to change orbit, and for Babylonia to charge the arsenal, combined with the terrain nearby and the mobility speed of the troops, it will take at least 10 hours to ensure that all nodes are deployed. By that time, the red tide will inevitably spread to an area less than 10 kilometers away from the refugee camp. To be on the safe side, I don't suggest relocating the nodes. Otherwise, I can guarantee that the attack range will completely cover the red tide. We have issued an emergency evacuation order to the refugees, but they are unwilling to vacate the area. How do you wish to proceed? Hassan, interesting. Again, there's a reason also why Hassan decided Hans to take the command here. Let's see. How do you wish to proceed? He's asking. Yeah, like I think Hassan already know what's the good way to talk to them to make them evacuate and stuff. But he didn't say his opinion. He is waiting for Hans' opinion. Although the world government parliament has been relocated to space with the Eden-class Babylonia, the people on the surface are still our comrades. We are all citizens of the world government. Citizens must fulfill their basic obligations, including cooperating with the army in emergency asylum. Interesting, Hans. Interesting. According to the instructions of Article 21 of the World Government Disaster Relief and Emergency Assistance Act, if civilians are found while executing a mission, they must be notified and evacuated to safety. Unfortunately, it appears that they are unwilling to evacuate. According to the instruction of Article 22, if civilians insist on remaining within the boundaries of an operation, military forces are authorized to forcefully remove all civilians. You know quite well. I have committed all of the rules and regulations to my memory, even if they are no longer applicable in this era. Please allow me to evacuate these refugees under the pretense of successfully deploying the domain nodes with or without force. Request granted. Evacuate the civilians by any means necessary. But remember, Babylonia will only initiate the attack once node deployment has been authenticated. Regardless if the evacuation is a success or not, we have only one chance. This is for all of humanity. Understood. Any other issues? No, sir. Report complete, Mr. President. Wait. What is it, Mr. President? Hans, you experienced the great evacuation firsthand. You're one of the most experienced soldiers in active service. You should know why I entrusted you to be the commander of this operation instead of handing over the task to the younger generation. For example, the up and coming Grey Raven commandant. I don't, Mr. President. My duty is to obey orders. Soldiers don't need to speculate any other factors other than their mission. Yep. In short, yeah, we are robots for you guys. Yeah, that's what Hans is saying right now. Is that really how you feel, Hans? A soldier is not only a member of the army, but also a member of humanity. See, because again, I never doubt Hassan, because again, he already know the solution. It's just if he tells you to do something, it means he is making you like experience, like to learn and stuff. All right. Let's see how this works. Even this part when Hans said that the duty of the soldier's duty is don't need to speculate any other factors other than their mission. He means he's saying to Hasin that yeah, we are just robots to follow or everyone's order. And here comes Hasin. Is that how you really feel as a humanity, as a fellow human and a soldier of Babylonia? A soldier is not only a member of the army, but also a member of humanity. See, there's always a purpose of every President Hassan's word right here. Even for missions, young soldiers tend to forget the former due to the latter. Only after refining themselves over a lengthy military career will still their judgment. So you have tasked me with this mission because I have the necessary experience and you trust my judgment. Not only that, judgment entails responsibility. When passing judgment, you must bear the full weight of its consequences. Night is too heavy for the dawn of a new era. I don't doubt their fearlessness and the fight against the corrupted, but they have yet awakened to a higher calling. Interesting. Yes, I understand. The responsibility of our generation should not fall on the next generation. The atrocities committed by our generation should not be repaid by future generations. Hans, I know the cruelty as of you, but the blood of the youth has not been cold over many long years, such as in the same for their passion. I don't want them to lose their passion so early. So I must play the judge and you the executioner. As you wish, Mr. President. When I accepted my appointment, I was ready for the worst. The current situation is within my expectations. Moreover, I didn't think I would have chance to return to the surface ever again. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Such gratitude is unnecessary. Humanity may have emotions, but the universe does not. Babylonia is the scale that balances the past and future of humanity. The fulcrum between the two is a still war hanging over the abyss. We are the people who walk the still war. Hans, I'm sure you know what to do. Interesting. I know what to do. Let's see how will Hans take it? How will Hans put it in action? Is it almost time? Yes, Chief Commander, almost ready. Do you want to authenticate and activate the bit domain nodes now? No. Wait. Chief Commander, I asked the other two teams to verify that their domain nodes are functioning properly. After the second verification, I can safely activate the nodes and request Babylonia to launch the attack. You okay? After walking for who knows how long, you have lost all feeling in your legs. At first, you could still maintain contact with Lee, but after crossing a certain node, even your comms are now completely cut off. The desolate desert outstretched in a monotonous and dreary expanse toward the horizon. It's again. I'm not sure if someone is literally on the red tide chat. Someone is giving us a sign every time there's someone's warning us every time the red tide is going up, right? At first, I thought it's a whale or some whale who got devoured by the red tide, and it's a no because again, there's this woman. This is the second time that she appeared, right? First is on when we just arrived on this place, when we are walking. Commander that said that she saw a woman figure, something like that, and the second time it's on a child when she's about to get lost, something like that. Interesting. The whale song begins again, causing the red tide to continue expanding. Your consciousness flows along with the serene melody. What else have we discussed? See, again with Ayla. She is talking about Selena. Oh, what else have we discussed? Let me see. Alright, have you heard what the whales sound like? Okay. I don't know why she's crazy about them. Again, Are we going to meet Selena right now? As again, this a lot of chapters ever since the war on space. We didn't talk about Selena, right? We again because she's her the last time we saw her is so impactful to me because again, the way how the illustration do illustrate her being cut in half, carcasses, the way the coloring, low saturation, and every coloring, coloring of the her character is low saturated. It's like pale, right? And that's why it's so impactful to me, right? That's okay. That's why interesting. Are we going to meet her now? See, I was crazy about them. Ayla, do you think there are still whales on Earth? I only read about them in books. Apparently, they are the largest mammal on Earth. How big of a pool would you need to accommodate such a beautiful creation? You need a freaking, let's say, humongous pool. What do you think? How big of a pool would you need? Yeah, big. I think it would need an ocean. That's what I said. A creature that big would only fit in the ocean. Ocean. You mean the blue stuff on the model? Yep, exactly. Water on Earth is blue? Why is the water in Babylonia colorless? What turned it into such a beautiful color on the surface? Sea salt. Why is the water in Babylonia colorless? What turned it into a beautiful color on the surface? Ayla calmly repeats the question posed by her unnamed friend. In an instant, you feel transported across time and space. Because I know about this also because, again, chat, we, on early chapters, we did the Ayla interlude, right? But I stopped recently after doing extra stories. I didn't continue the interlude because I'll save those for later. Maybe once we reach main story chapter 15 or 20, we will go straight to clearing all the interlude story that we miss. I'll just upload a video for the interlude first, and then other than that, we will. Right now, we will first finish up to chapter 20 on the main story. In an instant, you feel transported across time and space as you talk to the veiled girl in the depths of time. Because there is enough water, it absorbs low frequency light. If it reflects high frequency light, that's why it is blue. That's quite a rational answer. If she heard it, I'm sure she would be disappointed. Luckily, that's not what I said. I don't know why, but it's not important. Alright, enough about that. Back to whales. If that's the case, whales are the bards of the ocean. Their voice must be far-reaching and long-lasting, since the ocean is so vast. True. Must be lonely not getting a response. We're back. You notice something waving in front of your eyes. Zone out again? Yep. Once she brings his hand back. Sorry, you were out for quite some time. I was thinking about something that happened a long time ago. None but thanks for following. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Yep. We are continuing extra story chapter 4 on this stream. Because yesterday I didn't finish it because I'm so sleepy and I feel the story going high and get intense. That's why I moved my stream today. But how are you? And anyways, enjoy watching me yap. All right. I was just thinking about something that happened a long time ago, and don't mind my very bad to English, all right? Because my English is so bad. You hear the whale song again. This is literally a code. That's why even Selena said, I think it must be lonely for not getting a response from the whale when they sing, when they talk. Interesting. This intricate web of tributaries spreads like slime mold, the source of which is unknown. One sheer. What do you think of this sound? I think it sounds like a whale song, but the refugees call it the siren's call. Siren's Call. Documents left over from the Golden Age say that sirens were monsters that live in the ocean, who lured sailors with songs. And also, but I stopped on this part, chat, because we just recently watched the Wuthering Waves 2.1 trailer, and PB is talking about siren and something like that, and okay, that's why I just pause. Wait, siren. All right, and I forgot I'm playing PGR, not Wuthering Waves. Interesting. Sailors would become entranced by their songs and crush their ships into the reefs. It's not difficult to understand why it's garnered such a negative reputation. After all, the sound and the red tide coincidence with death, but it's bound to be to the red tide, so we can only rely on the sun to predict the rise and fall of the red tide. Ironically, it isn't so much an alluring sound that puts people in trance, but rather it seems to be a reminder of the approaching red tide. And we're back on the question. Right, chat? On. We're back on the question from Selena, chat. Must be lonely not getting a response. Think we could follow the sound to the source. Doesn't seem like a problem, but got any ideas? I just have a hunch. Maybe it's a cry for help. Okay, hold on. Let me pee first, chat. Hold on, let me pee, because it's getting interesting. Like, holy cow, we're going to follow. I think that's the time we're going to meet that woman that we just saw on the first. Hold on, chat mate. Just refill my tea also. And now we're going to follow the siren's call, singing. Siren's call is actually a cry for help. Again, Selena have this question, right? Selena have this question when we zone out. Must be lonely. I think if Ayla is here, she'll probably got that question from Selena because of curiosity. You and our member we sure would get along, huh? Yep. Speaking of which, the spectrogram of this voice, forgot it's nothing. Oh, interesting. Going upstream, you follow the sun for quite some time. The web of tributaries become more densely woven. The yellow sand has now turned black and grey. Hetero creatures on the shore of the red tide are writhing through the sand, stone and soil. The rustling sound is like the footstep of death. Once's lethargy was now in full restraint, leaving only seriousness and solemnity. The sound is getting closer and closer. No longer dragging out his words, his speech has become rapid and precise, as if word about some unknown entity. Are you receiving any alerts from your protective equipment? No. What about you? My invert device was enhanced by the support force. I should be fine for now. So now we can rely on the sound to judge the rise and fall of the red tide to avoid it. If we proceed any further, we may have no other choice but to get up close and personal with those things. Punishing concentration is one thing, but those hetero creatures are another thing entirely. Are you sure you want to continue? Yep. We're already made it this far. Good point. It's coming closer. You hear the sound again. A well must be lonely if it doesn't get a response. This was the only thing that threw her mind. Hard to imagine, huh? You think whales get lonely? Huh? Why are you thinking about that too? I didn't think the Grey Raven Commandant was so romantic. I asked her the same thing. What did you say? Do you think the whales get lonely? I think they get really lonely. Then she sang me a song. She has always been like this. Once she has inspiration, she will practice it immediately. I saved the recording. What's the recording? Let me listen. Siren? Wanna hear it? No. I'll activate the terminal. You hear someone singing on the Adagio Aria. This is the most beautiful sound you have ever heard. The tone ebbs and flows as it rises higher. Suddenly, a vast ocean seems to appear before your very eyes. The female voice does not fully imitate the sound of a real whale, but conveys the same expression in the melody. A lonely blue whale is swinging its tail fin and cruising in the sea. It sings again and again. The song echoes throughout the ocean depths, but there is no response. The singing stopped, but the song has no ending, because the lonely whale never found its herd. Yep, it's not finished. The sound like the song isn't finished. You're right. She said that she hadn't thought of an ending yet because she hasn't seen the ocean with her own eyes. She'll write the second half of the song when she sees the real ocean. That's what she said, at least. Again, chat. Whale. Selena's question about are whale are they lonely? Third, Selena created a song in that instant, but it's not finished because again she didn't see the real ocean. Fourth, are they even fourth? That woman figure that we first saw on the early part of Extra Story 4. 5. Second appearance on the child when she is lost. When he is lost, I mean that child. Alright. Are we gonna meet someone right now? A woman. Someone pats your shoulder face forcefully. You return to your sense and look around. Only then that you realize that you are entered a hostile area. You just started sprinting for some reason. Then again, chat, a siren song makes the fisherman. It will like make all the fishermen's like, because of curiosity, it will drag them in, right? Siren. Oh shit. Oh shit. I thought you were going to jump into the red tide. Oh shit. What the hell is... The sound interrupt Wanshi. Yes. This is not normal whale sound. This is a person right here. When you are talking and it interrupts you, yeah. He or she or that specific person is listening. Unlike before, you hear the sound nearby. Both of you turn to look forward toward the sound. Where is this? You hear a thunderous buzzing in the air, but the whirlwind of the sand suddenly stops. Under the grey clouds, the sanguine red tide emerges into a lake. Here the tide is tranquil, reflecting like a giant mirror. Or more accurately, it's like the calm before the storm. I didn't think we'd actually find it. Wanshi mutters to himself. In the middle of the tide stands a humanoid monster resembling a skeleton. Several steel forks of condensed punishing virus nail it to the center of the lake. If it were not for this hellscape, it would seem as if it was crucified son of God. What's that? The question seems to rouse the monster in the middle of the red tide. It struggles to raise its head and unleash a dense but serene song. This was the siren's call that you had been hearing. Then it suddenly turns its head and looks this way. The tranquil red tide seems to suddenly take on life as it gradually inundates the surrounding land. Who is that? Dare. What the fuck? What the fuck is this? Punishing virus forming its body. Is that a new hetero creature? The right tide is rising. The invert device won't last too long. We better finish this off soon. What the fuck? Bro is diving sharky. Holy cow. What was that? I didn't saw. Is it the ultimate? Because he doesn't have an ultimate here. Interesting. Okay guys, he is not that hard to use. It just I need a bit of learning because I thought he don't have ult, because again when I first tried him few minutes ago I didn't see any like ult on the no what's called on his skill. That's why this bro don't have like ult, something like that. It's like crazy. The Kuro Games forgot this character one share. Oh. Let me hold on, Chotto minute. Chotto minute. Boom! Fire! Fire! Oh my god, phase 2. Shoot this shit, bro. The bro is having phase 2 moment. Hold on, interrupt him. Wait, what? Huh? Oh wait, never mind. Yeah, literally phase 2. What? Oh, should bro have a sword? Bro have a sword this time. Oh, that it is like crownless version of a PGR. Oh, what the heck? Dodge! One more! Dodge! One more! Yeah, it's literally crowned there. First and then second. Never mind. Oh. Never mind. It's not crown. Because crownless is bro have oh wait, I'm low health. Hold on. Automate. Hold on. No. Hold on. I'm low health. Skill Asia Terror streamer, by the way. Whoa. Reboot. What's this? Okay. Hold on, hold on. More. Fire! Very good. Fall, burn, crush, rip, merge my body. Does it still exist? That I did not know. I feel as though I am just a tapestry, torn into individual strands. Strands ripped out and tied to the strands of others. Soft cotton, coarse linen, sharp glass, tardy, cold barbed wire. These barbs and blades, sharps like scalpels. I have wept and cried out in agony, yet nothing has freed me from this eternal despair. I can only weave this pain into the fibers of my being. Echoes of desperation, incessant thoughts, deep love, whether it's love, regret, anger, fear, or hatred. My myriad of beings, all are woven into my fibers. Someone, anyone, deliver me from it all. You're already delivering it. Anyone, please hurry. Kill me. So yeah. Again, I think Selena have she have good point right there. The way the siren is calling for help, the sound, the noise, the whale sound is someone's calling for help. And right, extra story 410, siren. Wait, there's literally Selena right there. And yeah, this is the one that we just realized. Black, white hair, red, the sword. Yep, this is the one that we fought. Like again, way back in chapter 9, we didn't have any other info of Selena. After that, like legit 0. Even extra story 0 up to 3, there's no info. We just on this specific chapter it only came back. Alright, well, I already noticed it on the very first part when we are zoned out, when we are on the ship turbulence. We are having this time like at first it's Asimov, second it's Ayla, up until the new part of the story. So crazy. Once you do good, bro, you need to wait. Oh, wait, never mind. This is not a safe place also to repair maintenance. Caught off guard, the white strike hawk is lifted with ominous black monster. But right then, his last bullet hit the monster's chest that is emitting faint blue light. Only the crisp cracking can be heard as the hetero creature's chest splinters. Pieces of black heteropolymer slide down like shards of glass. Buried within the hetero creature, a broken figure emerged from within. It was a strange yet familiar figure. Where had you seen her? On space. At this time, Wanshi's previously languid eyes open wide as he stares at the hetero creature in the middle of the day. It was Sir All, the contract that went missing from a space station mission. Yeah, our question is getting answered now. This is what the Ascendants did to her. What a disgrace. She's the conscience that went. Wait, huh? I thought the. Oh, wait. Yeah, because there's no way. Commandant, no wait, because again we talked when we first saw Ayla. In short, Ayla said that she have this mission to like meet her friend, right? Anyways, it's either because we deeply understand that Ayla and Selena have deep connection because we did the interlude story. I came across her file while looking through the scout team's database. So I took note of it. I didn't expect that the next time I would see her would be here of all places. My mission as a scout is to gather, integrate, and report intel. Prior to the last battle against the Ascendants, each member of the scout teams knew of all the intel on them by heart. We all know that an Ascendant by the name of Gabriel took a Concha from Babylonia. Yep. And nearly Ayla saved her. She nearly saved her right there. It just, again, yeah, it's understandable. Gabriel is too strong right there. Again, even Selena, she's trying her best to help on the situation, within her situation. She didn't say, no, Ayla, save me first before we continue before you continue what you're doing. No, she said that she told Ayla to do this stuff first before saving herself, before saving Selena. She still prioritized the others than her. But as for what purpose or necessity this served, that has always remained a mystery. Now the mystery is solved. There's a hetero core fragment here. Suffering a heavy blow, the hetero creature remains kneeling by the shore of the red tide, a punishing virus gathered in the air, about to repair its body. Is it all over? No. A monster like this won't go down without a fight. I'll bother you sometime. Get out of here. We're not gonna get out. Pick up a note. Wait, what are you doing? We're not gonna leave. What are you planning on doing with the domain node? Authorization complete. Node activated. Looking around you barely make it to a high ground and avoid being corrupted with the punishing virus. Aside from what heroes stand, the red tide inundates the surrounding area and ravenous hetero creature occupy the area up ahead. You cannot find any secure place to deploy the node, up until Babylonia receives the signal. Give it to me. Hurry back, I drag into this mess. Nope, nobody drag it, it's our decision. You can't even make it back. Not like I can get very far without him. My bad. Not to mention, all of the hetero creatures, you are as good as dead without the protection of a construct. Yep. So, why'd I have to go kick the hornet's nest after arriving on the surface? Aren't much better though. Always throwing your life away for complete strangers. The hetero creature in the middle of the lake seems to realize that the crisis at hand. As it roars and struggles, the monster drags its body toward you in preparation for another attack. There is no time to avoid it. Faced with potential death, your body crushed with adrenaline. The faces of the people you have met along the way flash before your eyes. Oh shit. All the questions that could not be answered at first were answered at this moment. For example, we're back. What do you think of that blue planet? The equatorial radius is 678 kilometers. It rotates from west to east and evolves around the sun. It is the third innermost planet of the solar system. You have nothing left. Our only driving force left is our attachment to this land. It's the only thing that supports our menial existence. Our last wish is to forever rest within its embrace. Standing here, we can look back on the glory of the past and see the tombstones of our old friends. We were born here. We will die here. Humanity is bound to its homeland by the gravitation force known as love. Why had those on the surface not come to Babylonia? What sort of life would they have had on the surface? What would people on the surface think of us? Enough with the hypocrisy. It's getting connected now. Is this really in our best interest? Or do you just not want to see us die before your very eyes? Look at you. Your conscience is just as repulsive as your actions. Removing us from our homeland will make you sleep better at night, but it won't make our lives any better. Don't you think it's ridiculous to tell us that we are also citizens of the world government? Don't you remember how you treated us when the evacuation started? You held us at gunpoint to prevent us from boarding Eden. You left us behind like junk. Now you dare to come back and rescue us? Are you kidding me? Get out. I don't need your fake compassion now. Because I see weakness and timidity in your eyes. When all of this is over, you will probably blame your incompetence and live with a heavy sense of guilt. So I want to tell you, don't. Don't feel any guilt. We've chosen our own path. You have completed your mission. Alright, that's enough. One day, we will reunite with our comrades on the surface. This is Selena. This is on Isla's part. When that time comes, we will share in the marvelous thing we have seen and rejoice in song. Again, chat, it's kind of normal how Selena is here because again, I think during this time, Selena and Isla, they are still a child right here. Way back, they are still a human here. Before Selena saw the reality and she became a construct, right, chat? Nothing is more romantic, is it not? Yeah, nothing is more romantic. A voice from the bottom of your heart crosses time and space to answer the unknown girl's question. So before we share all the marvelous things we have seen and rejoice in song, it would be disgraceful to end with such a hatred and tragedy. So you must least protect the node until the very end. Embrace this idea and hold the long blade needle tightly in your arms. Close eyes. One share. You just hear the sound of a frame being crushed. Oh no. Opening your eyes, you see one ship protecting you. The hetero creature pierces his right arm, causing a fountain of vital fluid to spew from the wound. Don't worry, construct aren't that weak. But you're getting cooked, bro. If you're injured, your team and my captain will hold me accountable. But enough of that for now. The strong sense of fear and helplessness causes your legs to go weak. As if in daze, you catch a glimpse of a broken heart like that of a broken figure bird within the monster's chest. Her eyes are as empty as when you first saw her. See? This is how I experienced on the first time we saw Selena. Because again, first, the coloring, low saturation. The character expression, no sad, stressed, depressed, waiting for someone to save her, something like that. That's why it's so impactful to me. The first time we saw her on that situation, her exposed chest shines with uncharacteristic brightness as faint blue light shimmers beneath it. The hetero creature's chest is within reach. The girl's remains, which you could only catch a glimpse of before, are now in full view. The moment you see her face, your mind becomes clouded with confusion. Could she still be alive like this? Is she dreaming? Why else she shows such a look of pain? If she is still alive, it means again she is waiting for someone up until now. And thank goodness, that's why thank goodness chat commandant's always having a zone out because after what happened us connecting to Luna, right? This is the consequence because of our mind beacon getting corrupted, right, chat? So thank goodness that happened so that we will like remember the question from way back from Isla, from Isla about talking about her friend Selena about the whale and stuff, and also other than that, because again we're back in the question of Selena that is are the whale like lonely? It's sad, something like that. And then there's this question. There's this question for there's just a word from commandant that Are they like seeking help, something like that? That's now we end up on this current situation. We follow the noise, the siren song, and then now we're here. And again, thanks that commandants always having like the consequence is severe, but the good effect is also good. But the good effect is there also, so that we will learn, right? As a player. Once she is still struggling in front of you. Now is not the time to be such nonsense, but your train of thought began to spiral out of control. Yep. Here, this is the place we saw her. This is the place where we saw her. You and the 3 other Grey Ravens are at a standstill in the center of the airtight space station. Excuse me, is that Grey Raven down there? Who are you? Wait, is that Miss Ayla? Yep, we're having flashback. I'm not. I am Ayla, a member of the 2nd archaeological team. Why is she here? Lively, do you know her? She is a very popular young artist in Babylonia. Morai likes to go to her exhibitions. I like Miss Ayla's work too. I have been wanting to meet you too, especially... I should probably talk about that later. I've got more important things to tell you, especially us. My mission here is to rescue a construct named Selena. She means a lot to me. The task forces have all heard about the heroic deeds of the Grey Ravens at the Ascendant's base. I've even heard about them in Babylonia. If you've been in direct contact with the Ascendants, have you seen the Ascendants who attacked me on the space station? Never mind, he's not important. Yep. We just saw that person, Gabriel. We just fought him on chapter 13. On the last part. What do you mean by her? You've met her before on the space station. Yep. She's my best friend. Her name is... The hetero creature blade is still stuck in Wanshi's shoulder. Wanshi holds it down firmly, giving the monster no chance to retract. Right at that moment, you react before you have the time to process it. Rush forward holding the domain node. You manage to finally collect the scattered fragments of your memory. You met her in the space station. She's my best friend. Her name is... Selena. The voice of Ayla in your memory suddenly synchronized with yours. Blurting out the name causes the hetero creature to stop in its tracks. It unleashes a sad and forlorn cry. The girl in the center of its chest moves faintly. Her lifeless eyes return focus. At the same time, the punishing virus seems to repair the hetero creature at a diminishing rate. It is at that moment you understand that the solemn will, song, and steel thorn that bind her were the last struggle of the girl within the hetero creature. Her voice module was already completely destroyed. Whenever she moves her lips, she is unable to produce any sound, so she struggles to stretch out her disfigured hand from within the hetero creature. However, there are no needs for words. The moment your eyes met, you sense each other's true intention. All that left is for each of you to complete the final mission. Grey Raven, come in. Grey Raven, do you copy? We've got ourselves a situation here. Sounds like Mr. Strikeoff has finally stopped acting all indulgent. What's all the panic? Your commandant. Commandant? What's wrong with the commandant? Relax, your commandant is fine. The protective device is critical though. Still we have enough serum. Sorry, I got a little out of hand. We don't have time to get into this right now. Commander Hans had just activated the last bit domain node and Babylonia is approaching in orbit to begin the attack. Tell me you are evacuating with our commandant. Don't worry, we just escaped from the Lion's Den. Lion's Den? Did you run into trouble? Once she remains silent for a moment, then continues. I'm not sure, but I think it was the sword, the red tide. What makes you think that? The normal high punishing concentration it had. a strong desire for self-preservation, and the behavior of the surrounding hetero creature. It was like a hive, similar to that on Earth. It's difficult to describe with words. I'll transmit my readings and statics to you now. Data received. Is this a hetero creature? Lee looks at the hetero creature in the image and frowns. It's exactly what you said. Are you still collecting combat data? I am a sniper. A sniper is the person responsible for observing the battlefield and collecting data. So what did you do? Don't tell me you found the source and just ran away. It wasn't me. It was your commandant. Your commandant stabbed the bit domain node into it right at the last second. The commandant did that? Babylonia has established the coordinate system and is heading over to us to prepare for orbital strike, but now that the 4th bit domain node has been activated, there is still hope for redemption. If you catch my drift, Lee nods solemnly. Understood. What's the situation with you and the commandant? Well, for me, there are problems everywhere, but my MIND is still stable and corruption is below the threshold. I just need to take a load off. Now's not the time for that. Keep that in mind. Sheesh, I was just joking. I'm not laughing. Once you bring the commandant back to safety, then you can crack jokes. Got it. Are you still able to score the commandant? I'm more than capable of protecting a human. Understood. I'll prepare the camp. Prepare your frame when you get back. Also, thank you for protecting our commandant. You should thank your commandant for the data you're looking at right now. Your commandant risked death in order to acquire data that's satisfactory for both sides. If the chief commander can persuade to inform Babylonians to launch a precision strike, all of our problems will be solved. This is your mission. Don't let your commandant's effort go to waste. Understood. Leave. It's urgent. I need you to run a calculation and generate a model. Chief Commander Hans. What is it this time, Grey Ravens? Babylonia is about to reach us in orbit. We'll receive orders to retreat in less than half an hour. We just received a news that our commander is returning to camp. I don't care about any news regarding the fugitive. Tell your commandant to not do anything stupid. Still has time to make it back through the flank and evacuate in time. Our commandant knows what to do, which is why we are here again. The commandant encountered a massive hetero creature during the operation. The Strike-Hawk contract collected a large amount of relevant data during the battle. Based on the data, leave from our team model the evolution of the Red Tide. Go on. Lee activates the terminal and projects the hologram for Hans to see. This is a gradient map of the Punishing Fires compiled by the Strike-Hawk while exploring the source of the Red Tide. As you can see, the punishing concentration of the Red Tide increased along the depth. This area is at its peak. Lee points to the last picture sent by Wan Shi. It is a lake composed of sanguine red tide located in the center of the hologram, and to the image of the ominous black hetero creature. After just a glance, Hans nods. I see. Turn it off. Lee nods and replaces the hologram with the original data model. Also, this is a flow map of the red tide. The core cluster is situated on the center of the flow map. Here, the red tide increases flow outward and spreads just like a heart pumping blood throughout the entire body. Finally, this is a statistic model on the behavior pattern of the hetero creature in the core region. We've established that the red tide spreads when the hetero creatures makes that noise. Get to the point. The red tide has a source, and this hetero creature is the culprit for spreading the red tide. By eliminating it, we can finally put an end to the red tide and solve all of our problems. The commandant took the most logical course of action by jamming the last bit domain node into the hetero creature. Babylonia will be overhead soon. I'll apply fire vision to the attack plan, thereby focusing the luminous arsenal on the bit domain node deployed by the commandant. What makes you think this will put a stop to the red tide? He suddenly lowers his voice. I'm not sure, but Chief Commander, you have a high authority. You should be aware of the CTO's speculation regarding the red tide's origin. It's a vestige of hetero core. According to the record of our operation against the hetero core on the space stations, it's impossible to destroy such an entity with a wide-scale strike. What I present to you is the only objective facts and data. A wide-scale strike was never an insurance plan to start with. Combining various factors such as atmospheric thickness, scattering rate, Babylonia's firepower, and punishing virus activity, the luminous arsenal may look impressive, but we can ensure that it will be a success. The blast will be dispersed over too great of an area. thereby reducing the strength of the laser's power. But if you launch a precision strike, it's like stabbing a needle directly into the enemy's heart to stop it from beating. After that, all we have to do is still deal with the body. Let's see, there's no way Hans will not take on Lee's suggestion. If he will not take on Lee's suggestion, bro is fucked up. As you said before, Chief Commander Han. Now is not the time to hesitate. Time is of the essence. Let's make a decision, Chief Commander Hans. Hans turns his head. Connect me to Babylon. Connect HQ and transfer me to President Hassan. Transfer complete, Commander Hans. How's it going on the ground, Hans? Change the implants. Very good. Very good. Because again, this Hans is experienced, right? It's because if he said that no, we will stick with the original plan, all your lifelong experience is a waste. If you said no, we will stick to the original plan. Don't mind the commandant's chorus achievement and stuff. Alright, that's why I said. That's why. Very good. Good job. Good job. The Grey Raven commandant broke protocol and discovered a large heteroid creature similar to the one we encountered in the ruins of CT-75. The data we received from the commandant indicates that the nature of the heteroid creature is similar to that of a polyphage. It have a source. Judging from the flowing, punishing energy, this heteroid creature is likely to be the source of the red tide. The Grey Raven's commandant planted the last bit domain node into the heteroid creature. I applied to change from a wide scale attack to a precision strike to focus all our attack power on the heteroid creature, thereby ensuring the elimination of the red tide. Before Hassan can respond, a voice interrupts him. Hans, you have overstepped authority as Chief Commander. Babylon is in charge of formulating a battle plan, not you. Once a plan has been finalized, you are only responsible for executing it. Understood, Commander. The Science Council has concluded that a wide-scale attack is our best option. We can guarantee that it will completely eliminate the red tide, but that's the safest strategy, Mr. President. The Science Council didn't have our current data. Hans is like slapping them with the real fact. Because again, Science Council is not updated, right, chat? They are still using the old, the previous data and stuff. Have our current data when formulating this plan. I think it's time to make a reasonable contingency plan based on the new data. The battlefield is unpredictable. I'm just making the best judgment based on our current situation. Do you have any ulterior motives? Transmit data. I'll have Asimov analyze it now. Put me through to Asimov. Transfer complete, Mr. President. Asimov, this data sent by troops on the front line. What do you think? Asimov appears on the comms link, half asleep. After squinting at the data for some time, he suddenly perks up. Interesting. Very interesting. Looks like the 4th bit domain node is key to all of this. Very good. You think so? The troops on the front line have requested to switch from wide-scale attack to a precision strike on the 4th bit domain. On a case-by-case basis, their judgment is reasonable based on the model they transmitted back. I first speculated that the heterocore fragment in the polyphage was the origin of the red tide. I just couldn't understand why the red tide continued to spread after the polyphage disappeared, because there's another source. There's another source. Found a new source of power. This data sure is interesting. Asimov, this is not the time to indulge in research. Pardon me, Mr. President. Is it feasible to change the plan on such short? Yep. Objectively speaking, little is known about the red tide. Whether we launch a wide-scale area attack or a precision strike, it's a gamble either way. We just came to the conclusion that a wide-scale attack was our safest course of action. A gamble, you say? Understood. Think it over. One wrong step will lead straight into the abyss. Not for you, but the whole world. Since it's a gamble either, I don't mind choosing the more humane option. Very good. Very good. Salute for you always, President Hassan. Put me through the Chief Commander Hans. Yes, Mr. President. Request granted. When Babylonia passes overhead, we will launch a precision strike with the Longinus arsenal on the bit domain node deployed by the Grey Ravens. Once we have finished calibrating the coordinates, I'll relay the orders to all of the constructs under my command immediately. I'm not finished, Hans. After the first attack, we will wait for 20 minutes to observe the effect. If it is ineffective in stemming the red tide, we will launch a second attack. However, this time it will wipe out the area indiscriminately with the wide-scale attacks. 2 consecutive attacks will consume 90% of Babylonia's energy supply, compromising Babylonia's anti-air defenses. You know what this means, but I think it's worth it. As we said before, the people on the surface are our comrades. You not only need to rely on the updated little battle plan, but also issue a retreat. Lead your calibration team to safety. Ryokai. Alright, Sugi. Guys, the story is going up. And anyways, I forgot to read the chat. Who is that one? Oh, Kyrie, legendary. Good job having shower. Okay, let's continue. Requiem, eternity in an hour. Every time she gazes at the blue planet, she has an inexplicable feeling in her heart. The blue planet known as Earth is said to be the cradle of mankind. But in reality, she never regarded the planet as her home. After all, she has been living among the clouds and stars since her birth. Her parents, who were once residents of Earth, never shied away from sharing stories with her about the former glories of mankind. They said that it was an era of human ignorance. It was an era of human courage. It was an era when mankind was full of longing for all beauty of the universe. She could not understand the true meaning of this word, but she could feel the sincerity hidden deep within their hearts. Pride, sentiment, and lingering pain, like a somber needle stabbing at her heart. So she inevitably began to yearn for the blue planet. All who lay eyes on the blue planet cannot help becoming enchanted by its beauty, even while quietly viewing from afar. Through the observation filter in Babylonia, the softest nerve in your heart will be affected by it. The storm described in stories do not exist in Babylonia, only on the blue planet. Rainbows described in stories do not exist in Babylonia, only on the blue planet. Why do humanity wish to free themselves from shackles of gravity so urgently? She had such doubts. Flowers are a rare sight in Babylonia. Precious resources are not allowed to be wasted on flora solely on purpose of viewing. Such fantastical things can only exist in the photo albums and stories. If possible, she wants to see a sunrise with her own eyes. She wants to see stars spread across the night sky with her own eyes. She wants to see rainfall form a river with her own eyes. She wants to see snowflakes cover the ground in a blanket of white with her own eyes. The changing of seasons, the waxing and the waning of the moon, the thunder in spring and the rustling pines in winter. Fields of various grains, great grassy hillsides where sheep frolic. Verdant fields waving in the wind, banks where golden flowers grow. Flocks of goldfinches, lush vineyards, barren seashores. If what is portrayed in the stories really exists, she really wanted to see it with her own eyes. Wow. How long has it been? She could not remember. What seemed to like only a brief moment also felt like an eternity. Selena. The pain that keeps pressing her heart stops suddenly upon hearing his name called out. The moment she opens her eyes, she recalls what all had happened. The original promise was now a nightmare. What she wants to protect has become the source of sin. At first, she only wanted to inherit the legacy of her companions. But why has she ended up here? She knows within her heart what to do now. Embracing the black needle left by the familiar yet strange human, she thrusts it into her power source. Uncle Zodiac, welcome. But everything ends here. Looking up, she seems to catch a glimpse of skylight. At that moment, all of her misery fades away. It's the Longinus Arsenal, chat. It's the Longinus Arsenal. Wait, no. It's the sun. Never mind. Is this what looks up to the sky from the surface of Earth feels like? Yep. This is your wish when you're still a child. Or you're still a human. The wanting to see the sea, clouds, the rainbow. Selena, this is what you wish to see. It's just, if only you will return back to original self. It's so beautiful that people forget fear, pain, and hatred. Bathed in the brilliance, she feels like everything is gradually evaporating away. Before everything disappears, a poem left by the golden age suddenly appears in her, the chaotic and collapsing MIND. Hello, how goes the PG? I'm Uncle Zodiac. We just finished stabbing Selena with the nodes for a port node for the coordinates for Babylonia to use the precise shooting the source of the red tide from space to see a world in grain of sand and a heaven in a wildflower. Hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. He remains lay quietly on the dry, scorched earth. The remnant of the scattered red tide squirm towards her like maggots. Part of the red tide once again attached to her remains, absorbing her strength in preparation to condense her remains into the monster from before. One foot steps into the red tide. The deadly red tide ripples like a puddle beneath her foot. She stops, lowering her eyes, and looks down at the broken remains, as if observing a small flower poking out from within a crack in the rock. If the light words are scattered by the wind, as if she had received some response, she leans down and extends her hand toward the blue light in the chest of the remains. The disfigured body trembles violently. The hetero creature bound to Selena seems to receive instructions. Standing in a savage posture of growing ferocity, it suddenly turns into a surging red liquid, plentiful and flowing, gradually fading from Selena's body. She raises her finger as if she pushes aside the messy hair around the ears of the reborn girl. However, she does not touch her even up until she finally retracts her hand. The heterocore fragment turns to powder into her hands. She leaves without looking back. Let's focus for now. Cradle of Immortality. The sun probes from the eastern horizon. The morning glow pierces the darkness and fades to black upon reaching this far. An invisible boundary divides the sky. The distant east shines with the first rays of morning, warm and bright. Yet the sky above remains cloaked in darkness, cold and deep. This is a race toward the rising sun. Under the guidance of the Strike Hawk, you flee the deep and distant darkness as you set out from the bright and warm horizon. In the blue sky, There suddenly appears a beam of light more dazzling than the sun, like a meteor plummeting at your back. Before you can turn your head, you hear one shriek. Don't look back. Keep moving. Don't look back. Continue onward. Cross that boundary and do not look back. Whether that be the hetero creature or the broken figure within, leave them both behind. It seems that as long as you do not think about it, the heavy sense of guilt will not overwhelm you. On the way back, the desert is still and lifeless. Without a whale song, the Reddit is now a stagnant pool. Knowing everything that went into this, your pace becomes increasingly burdensome. Among the haze, you see the three familiar figures standing on a familiar hill on the distance. Yep. We're back. I must go Ipkur, though I stopped by to say hi. Alright. Have a nice sleep, Uncle Zodiac. And yep, see you later. See you later on VC because I'm going to join VC later on around midnight. Before you can speak, Lucia rushes forward and hugs you tightly. Oh my god, chat. Our daughter missed us. She missed us so much. With how is my light so bright? The sun is right there. Hold on, let me just cover it, chat. Hold on, chat, tomate. Let me put a cover. Wait, let me just turn off my webcam. Okay, we're back. Welcome. There we go. Okay, let's continue. Let's put some cover there. The one that I covered here. Anyway, let's continue. Commandant, it's okay. You feel her trembling. Don't ever do that again. No matter what, don't ever go at it alone. You hear that, Commandant? Our baby girl is angry chat. Surviving this ordeal should have filled you with joy, but now there's only grief. Looking around you, see Lee and Liv standing solemnly to the side. Only Lucia is here holding you tightly. When choosing to act alone, you never seem to consider their feelings. You feel as if they should be capable of understanding your intentions. At this moment, you deeply understand one thing: you should not risk your life as long as they are around. Lucia, I feel awful. Lucia finally comes to her senses and releases you. Check the Commandant's vital signs. Yeah, check. Livia, check Commandant's vital signs. I might end up breaking his ribs. Relax, Lucia. The Commandant looks unharmed. Lee looks you over steadily. Without saying a word, he seems to understand everything. He pats you on the shoulder. Tired? Get some rest. We'll talk about the reports later. I've compiled a report on the specific matters of the Grey Raven's violations during this operation. I'll submit it to Babylonia when the time comes. Regardless of the final outcome, it's an established fact that we acted without regard to the instructions of HQ. Looks like this time we'll be tied up in military court for a while. Afraid? Got it. Are you not concerned in the slightest? Is it because you've got a big heart, or are you really that fearless? Forget it. Now's not the time. All that matters is you made it back safe and sound. There's one more thing. Regarding the refugees, he paused in thought before continuing slowly. Most of them have still chosen to stay. However, some have decided to leave. Considering that there aren't that many people, the temporary facilities will suffice, even if the conservation area on the surface is incomplete. Babylonia will soon dispatch a transport craft to relocate them. What about the others? Honestly, this environment has already become inhospitable for humans. Even though the red tide has stopped spreading, the remaining punishing virus has blocked their access to nearby cities. They won't be able to hold out much longer here. But if they choose to stay, all we can do is respect their decision. So all of this was for nothing. If consequentialism is the deciding factor, then most of the actions in the world are meaningless. Not everything can be judged based solely on the number of survivors, written in the report. Liz right. I don't think what you did was meaningless at all. Commandant, you stood up for the hopes and dreams. The fact that you fought until the last minute is precisely why both sides were able to come to a mutual understanding. Mutual understanding? Closing your eyes, your mind fills with the image of the broken figure's almost carefree smile after taking over the bit to main ocean. Oh. Alright, okay, I think Commandant having PTSD. Because again, we failed to save one construct, Selena. We failed to save Selena. With your thoughts still in disarray, you're unable to conjure up a response to the three people before you. You cannot help but look at the scout who, like yourself, know what really happened. After undergoing emergency maintenance, Wan Shi is now quietly laying on a haystack with his eyes closed as he basks in a sunbeam. He appears to be fast asleep. For a moment, you do not know whether to think of it, but if the construct actually needs sleep or to call him over. After some consideration, you decide not to rush over and awaken him. Having crossed such rugged terrain, a short respite is warranted. Regardless of the struggle on Earth, nothing will affect the eternal migration of stars. This planet has always been like this, equally cruel, equally compassionate. It seldom rains in the desert, but when it does, the sky is as clear, as transparent as a mirror. The moist dust cannot be lifted by the roaring wind, yet, at this moment, everyone stops to appreciate the beauty of the stillness. Hans, dressed in his starched and pressed military uniform, standing quietly outside the camp. Wait, Bruce, awake. The surrounding scenery is embraced by a brilliant, transparent silence. Now standing here, he can finally overlook the distant, sparkling coastline. He hears a rustling of footsteps from behind. Hans does not look back. Old man walks up to Hans and gazes off into the distance with him. It's a dude. Why didn't you retreat? Hans closes his eyes. It's been a long time since I've seen a sunrise. After a few moments, Hans realizes that he has not been on the surface in nearly 10 years. Like a soul without a home, exiled by the atmosphere and gravity, drifting in low Earth orbit. Now the children of Babylonia have forgotten about the Golden Age. They forgot where they came from and how their culture was born. They opened their eyes among the stars. For them, Earth is no different from the moon. That's true though. We tell them the Earth is our home, but we can tell them why. Soon, everything will become a fragment of history. If I had to choose, I wouldn't leave. But as a soldier, he had no choice. Those who survive must continue to dream of the dead. Only the living can see tomorrow. Only the living can exact revenge. Only the living can have hope. No matter how painful, no matter how unwilling, even if he has destroyed what he truly wants, he must live. Should we not feel guilty? I think not. This burden of guilt nearly crushed him beneath its weight, but it will also become a chain that binds him to the battlefield, forcing him to continue facing all hell before him. Until he dies, he will fight his way. No matter how disgraceful and despised by others, he will fight until his heart stops and shatters to pieces. Only he himself knows that he is not the unyielding pine others saw him as. Rather, he is just a tombstone that grows refused to topple. Should he crumble, the glory of the golden age engraved on him will become dust in the long river of time, never to return. The man in his starched and pressed uniform leaves. Now only the old man remains standing, gazing off into the distant sea. At this age, can you still feel sorrow? In a trance, he seems to hear the sound of waves. Must be his imagination. From this distance, even the ocean breeze would be unable to carry the sound this far. This is only a residual sound from his memory. It slowly takes a seat on the ground. In the blue sky, several black spots suddenly appear. Those must be the transport craft sent by Babylonia to pick them up. The old man glances back at the camp. Some people had come out of their homes, mostly young children. The lost boy is leaning against his grandmother and waving at the old man. The old man turns to wave back. Grow up big and strong. He says almost inaudibly. Life is full of all kinds of farewell. People he had to come to know left his world one by one. Regardless of those he loved and hated, they are all already gone. This was just another farewell. He cannot leave this land. Many others cannot leave either. Some people will be bound to their hometown all their lives. Those who were about to leave, and those who chose to stay say goodbye to each other. But there is no sadness on their faces, because watching young birds leave the nest is not something to grieve over. She had a very long nightmare. Her body was torn apart, broken down, then put together again, supporting her fragmented body. It's SELENAAAA. She lingered in the endless darkness until she forgot what she even looked like. In the haze, someone persuaded her to give up. If she were to give up, she would no longer continue to suffer. If she were to give up, she would not have to continue to face hell. Was anything left unfinished? She could not remember. It was as if she had already faded from existence. No, that cannot be. Don't strain your mind with trying to work this strange business out. At a convenient moment, which will be soon, I'll explain everything and all this strange occurrence will become clear. A name passed through her mind. Although she could not recall the exact name, she missed it from the motto. Ayla. Then a beam of light pierced the eternal night. The darkness was like a curtain, peering from where the light shined, and slowly opening from both sides. Suddenly, her sense returned. She slowly props up her upper body from the barren ground. She lifts her head and opens her eyes. The sun hangs in the vast blue sky. It is no longer the fiery ball of light in the space that incinerates everything. The atmosphere makes it bless all life on earth equally. It is so gentle that people forget all their sadness. Here she sees sunlight for the first time, breathes her first gust of wind, and steps out into earth for the first time. Wait, she survived? Who is she? Why is she here? Nothing matters anymore. She only wants to tell you all the miracle she saw along the journey. Cutscene. Let's focus. Oh, one cheer. Leave our baby girl Lucia and our brother Lee. She's alive, chat. I thought she died because oh my god, that's so painful if she died. Again, as for her friend, also for Ayla. She's alive. Again, I'll clap again. I feel so weird that but very good. She's alive, chat. Oh shit. Whew. I thought we will have a deep like understanding and then she will die. Okay, it didn't happen. Okay, thank goodness. I thought someone will cut some onions again, chat. Oh shit.